Hey, what's up guys and gals? Jesse here from Long Lost Robots. In today's video, we're going to start adding multiple instruments, sounds, textures to the song I've been working on. If you've been watching my videos, you know what song I'm talking about. So let's get this song finished. I want to move on and I got so many ideas. Let's get this one finished. So without further ado, let's make some music. Alright guys, so for the first instrument I want to start layering is the piano, and my main concern was the piano overshadowing the synthesizer, so I got to be really delicate on how hard I press these keys and how much this piano is in the song. But I think I am going to start adding just a little bite in the very first verse, the second half of the verse, and that way it just starts adding a little nuance. And also right now I'm going completely dry. I haven't added any EQ or anything to any tracks on this song, so what you're hearing is literally just the sounds of the original sounds that I've been working with. So let's get some piano going and let's see if we can overshadow the other instruments. It's that grand piano. Not too bad. It's that grand piano that I'm using from Logic. It's their stock piano, but I'm going to do some other things later on to get it going. So that was real nice and quiet. I'm going to move to the center of the verse and get that recorded real quick. It's real soft. Let's hear that sounds really quick. It's really soft. It's not too bad. Let's pan that to the left. It's real light. I think it's a little heavier. Let's try that again. Check that out. Yeah, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Those subtle nuances. To make sure I don't overshadow this first chorus, I'm only going to do one note. Not too bad. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's see what's going on with that. That is what I'm talking about. And I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to do some things with this, believe me. So for frustration sakes and everything like that right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and just create a whole nother track to add my separate notes. Maybe I'm going to see if I can do it, but at least at this point I can maybe practice my notes before I go any further. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. All right, let's hit that chorus up too. got a little nervous on that one. Cool, guys. Let's go ahead and listen to that back real quick. Nice. Let's pan that. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Definitely liking it panned. So we're gonna have some instruments and some movement going on the other side. So right now I have the piano pan to the left. I think we're gonna do like a nice moving synthesizer on the right. All right, guys, that's enough of the piano. I'm gonna start doing some single notes and layering with the piano off camera. But I think you understand where I'm coming from. So let's move on and see what else we can do with this song and to see what lies ahead of us. So let's keep moving and see what we're gonna do next. All right, guys, so let's get to the next instrument. I've been experimenting with this classical guitar. Now, I came up on this classical guitar. It's a little Cordoba, but it's the Coco from the Coco movie, version of it from Disney. So it's actually a Disney licensed guitar. I got it really cheap. I got it for like $90, I believe. So it was a steal. If my daughter wants to play it, she can. Anyways, guys, what I was thinking of is going ahead and using it on the breakdown, and then using it a little bit in the verses. But what I'm going to do is wash it in like a reverb or like a really cool motion reverb that has a sequencer in it that Logic Pro offers. So let's go ahead and let's do some tracks. I already got my audio set. It's sounding pretty cool. Let's go ahead and see how it sounds, and maybe we'll throw some reverb on it for fun really quick. All right, guys, so I'm actually using my first edition Blue microphone, the Bluebird, and I'm running it through the TPS2. It's actually giving it a lot of nice warmth that we want. So this is a really cool mic. It's actually my most expensive mic that I have. So hopefully that will change very soon. We'll talk about that later. So let's go ahead and have some fun and record. Also, too, really quick, I'm going to keep this on cycle and just start getting the best takes that I can. Awesome, not too shabby. Let's try that again, and you can actually hear the piano, the extra piano notes that I did off camera over here, panned to your left. So that's really cool. I'm going to have this panned, well, it is panned to your right, and then we'll wash it and see what happens later on. Let's undo that and try that again. Not too bad, guys. Let's hear how that sounds back. I like that. Not too bad, guys. Let's double that up. Cool, not too bad. So let's add some reverb and have some fun. Look at this like cave effect. It's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see what else we have. These synth reverbs. Let's do staccato. Interesting. Let's do this Greek wash. interesting. You kind of hear a nice high-pitched kind of a sound. And of course I threw an EQ in the front of that and just kind of like just knocking off all of those lows. I don't know how I got like that, but look at that. Now you can hear everything much better. If I want, I could almost just take some of those highs and catch some of that. So EQ, so you can see what they've done here. They've already got rid of some of it. Well, I'm sorry guys, you can't hear it. So on this reverb plugin, they've already got rid of some of the lows and some of the highs too, but I actually took some of that up. So here's my grand piano. So here's my EQ on the reverb. And then what you do too is just lower the volume on the instrument, and now you're just catching the reverb. And this is just ideas. That's it. No big deal, right guys? Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So I think I'm going to record my takes just a little bit tighter. Let's go ahead and continue with this. I'm going to add just a little bit to the first verse, or the second verse. I'm going to come in with a little bit of this, but this won't be anywhere else. So I'm just going to use it. I might go dry. It'll be a little something to kind of catch your ear. It is sounding pretty cool, and then we'll go ahead and just do this in the breakdown, add some really cool reverb, and get some interesting effects, and then move on. So like I said, nothing's been mixed, so I'm going to turn this reverb off, re-record my parts, and get it solid. Let's move on to some more instruments. All right, guys, it's night number 2. We're going to start doing some vocals. Now is the time. I'm going to repeat it over and over again. When you have the chance to get the most important parts of your song done, get it done, and tonight is the night. I'm exhausted, but I know if I get these vocals done now, this song is 90% finished, because the vocals are the most important thing, right? So if I can get them done now, boom, another song under the belt, and this song is finished. Anyways, right now I'm using my Bluebird microphone. It's a first generation. There's another generation that has like an impedance switch on it. I'm also using the TPS2. And I'm also using a little bit of reverb just to give me a little flavor. That way it's not so dry. I'm using the TSAR from Softube, and I love this. It's my go-to reverb, especially if I need a quick reverb, because it just sounds natural. It doesn't sound too bright. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to start almost the first intro on the first verse, and we're going to start just getting a feel for the song. I've practiced a little bit. I've dialed in my tone. Like I said, I spent about an hour just getting everything set up to sound good, right? So let's get going. I really thought this was the end for us. I really thought you concurred. Now that we are sober and the room is cleared, I just want to say we took it too far. Alright guys, so one thing about my microphone placement is I want to get intimate and get close to it, because that's what this song needs, but I don't want to get too close and have everything just getting picked up, like my saliva or whatever it might be. Also, I have the mic just kind of tilted a little bit this way, so it hopefully will kind of get my diaphragm and not be so nasally, because I do have problems with my nasal passages, and thank God I can still sing. So having said that, with this verse, it's hard to say if I'm going to be able to double up these verses and have it still sound genuine and not so artificial, right? But on the choruses, I'm definitely going to go ahead and double up, maybe even triple up. We'll see how that goes with some certain things here and there. Let's go ahead and go into the chorus. We took it too far, then it was over, then it was all for good, then it was over, then it was all for good. Well, one one thing about my choruses is they're going to start doubling up, and I have different phrasings that I'm going to do. So be careful not to get the wrong phrasing, and make sure you really take your time to get the best takes. Let's go into the DAW and I'll show you the cycle button. All right, so one thing that we can do is go into cycle mode. And because this song has a great placement on where the vocals start and end, I can easily cycle in this. And what I can do is, in Logic Pro, is I have it to automatically start just recording multiple takes. And then you can kind of cut and paste very easily. But you got to be careful to make it, you want it to sound natural and just convincing and not so broken up. The best thing to do is get large phrases done really well, and then you can pick and choose from those large phrases instead of start chopping up words, and that's when things go to hell. So don't start doing that. Try to get good takes. Let's go ahead and see what happens when I start cycling a little bit.
I really thought this was the end for us. I really thought you concurred.
Okay, so it's going to start doing automatic takes. Let's go ahead and do another one.
I really thought this was the end for us. I really thought you concurred.
So you can see in Logic Pro, it's automatically taking takes. Let's drop it down. Boom, so you can easily see how you can just start cutting and pasting. Watch, I'll show you. Check it out. You can just kind of move this back and forth, and you're golden, guys, right? So right now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and choose that one. We'll just go ahead and choose the main one because it's full, and let's go ahead and double it up really quick. One thing about this song is it's super intimate, so I'm gonna have to take my time. It's hard to say whether I'm gonna do it like this, where I just do multiple takes, or whether I'm gonna pop myself in and start correcting myself like I used to in the old days, because sometimes you want something to sound the way you want it to, and you better get that fixed immediately before you forget it, and by the time you're in it and your emotions are running high, you've just lost that idea. So it might be a good idea for myself to punch myself in and out on certain words and just get it the way I want it, instead of doing a bunch of multiple takes and choosing what I have. Make sense? Let's go ahead and move on. Really quick, let's see how it sounds if I try doubling up on the verse, and let's see if I can keep it natural.
I really thought this was the end for us. I really thought you concurred.
Let's get the volume straight and see how it sounds.
I really thought this was the end for us. I really thought you concurred.
Crazy. You see how tight a song like this needs to be, right? There's not a lot going. You're going to hear the inconsistencies, so it's got to be tight. Obviously, I'm going really fast right now for the video, but let's go ahead and move on to the choruses, and see how that sounds, because that is going to need to sound pretty beefy. And remember, I haven't done any EQing. I haven't done any gain staging except for on my hardware for my preamp, and of course the interface. That's all part of gain staging. I haven't done any of internal software gain staging or EQing or compression. This is all dry signal except for the little bit of reverb, just to give a little something for me. Later on, it's going to sound different. Let's move on. All right, so let's cycle through some of the chorus, and we're going to go ahead and double it up. And just remember, it's got to go ahead and come in just a little bit before the chorus starts. The vocals come in just a little bit before. So I also keep all my verses, choruses, breakdowns, everything on separate tracks. That way I have full control of the differences of what's going on here and what's going on there, and reverbs and delays, and all that's going to play a part in the song. So I got my new track set up. Let's go ahead and go with them, and we'll keep moving forward. Let's see how that sounds.
We took it too far, then it was over, and it was all for good, then it was over, and it was all for good.
how that sounds? I already tucked the second take a little bit underneath. And let's go ahead and tuck that first one in the verses underneath a lot. And let's see if that'll help clean that up a little bit. But of course, we want to get solid takes. I'm doing these takes for the video. So let's see how that sounds with the verse going into the chorus.
Now that we are sober and the room is cleared, I just want to say we took it too far. Then it was over, and it was all for good. Then it was over, and it was all for good.
Not too shabby. That second take needs to be tucked down a lot more. Notice in the verses how really cleaned up it sounds. So it was much more fuller and brighter because I tucked it just underneath, and you could. It was very hard to hear the flaws in it. Again, take those takes as best you can. Get them tight if you're going to start layering vocals, right, guys? All right, guys, so that's it for the vocals. I'm going to start moving forward. I got guitars to add to this song. I've got my guitar parts. I got some sound design done, and I've kept almost my whole promise of not getting any EQ on any of the tracks. A couple of things I had to because I'm sound designing. At the end of this video, we're going to go over some of that, so let's keep moving forward, and we're going to get some guitars done. See you then. All right, guys and gals, so this video has gone on way too long for my liking, but I hope you've learned something. I know I have. I'm learning so much, and I'm so excited for this end of the video this part of the end of the video, because there's some cool things I want to show you with the guitars and even a saxophone. So if you've lasted this long, thank you so much. Consider subscribing, and of course, all my art and my productions, my music productions, are on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. So let's get this video done. Let me show you some guitars. All right, guys, so let's just go ahead and check out the verse guitars. They are panned to the right, and in the choruses, they're going to spread open left and right, panned in stereo. That way it gives everything in the song just opens up during the chorus. So let's go ahead and hear them by themselves, and we'll go ahead and hear it in totality with the rest of the song. So it's kind of like a Voxy sound, like a Vox amplifier. Some really cool echo from the tape echoes from Softube. Right, so again, right now you're going to hear everything just over here, and let's go ahead and hear that with the rest of the song. Let's go ahead and hear that. This should be just the intro. And you'll hear it come in just ever so slightly and softly over here. There's that saxophone I was talking about. So simplicity is the key with the guitars, because this is not a guitar song. So I wanted to kind of keep it really hidden until the choruses, because I needed something there. And it was hard to kind of come up with something that was not only unique, but that would set the song off. And I think I did that. Let's go ahead and jump into the chorus, and you're going to hear these guitars just kind of pan left and right. And of course, right now I got to do that manually, but after I'm done, I'm going to start automating the panning. And that way, and when you do that, you can have everything up to the middle and then boom, open wide, and really change the dynamics of the song. Most of your listeners will not know what's going on. They'll just know it sounds good. Here's the chorus in totality with all the instruments.
Then it was over, and it was all for good. And it was over, and it was all for good.
You see what I'm saying? So the guitar part is very unique. Let's go ahead and hear that. Let's go ahead and hear it just by themselves so you can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. Very cool. So you can see, you can hear the tape echoes from Softtube on there. And I got some playing around to do. A lot of this stuff was very quick just to get me the feel of what's going on. So I got to dive really deep into some of the editing still. But also, that was that promise to myself not to do any hardcore editing until the song was completely recorded. And I broke that promise just a little bit, but it was well worth it because I got to understand how the song was actually feeling as opposed to how it was just sitting in a raw fashion, right? But I didn't do a whole lot. I just mainly brought the song into the forefront using just input and output. So I didn't do a whole lot of EQing, if you get what I'm saying. So right, I just used gain in and gain out to bring the song to life. Little things like that can do a whole lot to a song. Instead of compression and EQing, get the song in with gain, with gain. Okay, so when you bring it in, it's called gain staging, and of course you always want to gain stage as you're recording. So really cool. I think it really sets the song off. Let's go ahead and show you something else that I'm really proud of. It came out of nowhere. I was at work and I realized, I think this song could use some saxophone, and it really worked out. And I'm going to explain how the whole song kind of comes together in just a little bit. Let's check out this verse where it really comes in, okay? Second verse.
Remember when we met, there was no sound to hear. I can still see you in the light from the morning sun, and there's no one. Then it was over.
So really cool. When I added the saxophone, I knew the song was there, guys. So to end this video, it's amazing that this song started out with just a simple, very simple chord progression, the JU-06 synthesizer, a drum beat, and the vocal new bass for the bass line. And we're talking 3 instruments, the drums. It doesn't mean it's 3 tracks. It's 3 instruments, a synth, and a bass line. And easily, with creativity and pushing yourself and thinking about your song, I came up with the saxophone. It has a saxophone now. It has a piano. Why? The guitars play a part in it. The vocals are very simple, and even they open up in the chorus now as well. I did 3 tracks. Remember, in the beginning, I didn't know of this video. I didn't know what I was going to do, but in the end, I did 3 vocal tracks doing the same thing in the chorus. No harmonies, no lows, no highs, just the same thing, because there's so much going on now. And of course, with automation, a little compression, a little all the good stuff that you need to do in mixing a song, this song will be tamed, and it still has to be tamed. A lot of things still have to be brought into the forefront with gain staging. And at this point, this song is finished. I'm not going to be adding anything else. It's quite possible I might do like a couple of little things that I have in my mind that are getting at me. But right now, this song needs to be finished, guys, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited you've been here with me. Again, consider subscribing, guys. I want to go ahead and just play the song from the first intro, verse, and chorus, and get you just a feel of what's going on to end this video out. And just now listen to everything in totality. That now that you've been with me in this video, listen to the song, just check it out really quick, see where I'm at, see how things are conflicting and not working with each other, and how some things are. And that's all going to be changed with automation, panning, EQing, a little bit of compression, and not too much. In the end, guys, thank you so much for being with me on this journey. I promise to be producing more videos, so please consider subscribing. It helps a lot with a small channel like mine. Again, if you want to check out my productions and music, you can go on to Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. Here's the song. Check it out, guys. I'm going to work really hard in the next few days just to get this song done, and I'm ready to work on some really hardcore rocking indie rock synth songs, and I hope you come with me on the journey. My name's Jesse. We'll talk to you soon. And remember those drums from verse to chorus? They just pop. That's because the MPC producers who produce those sounds did that for me. I didn't even need to do it myself.
I really thought this was the end for us.
Those those are the vocals that I chose. I'm going to keep those vocals.
I really thought you concurred.
Little guitar to the right. Little piano to the left.
Now that we are sober and the room has cleared, I just wanna say we took it too far. That it was over, and it was all for good, and it was over, and it was all for good.
That saxophone. See how it just kind of complements everything. And it's just one saxophone.
Was no sound to hear.
In a lot of ways, it would be easy to just double up on that sax. It's all MIDI
still
notes.
see you in the light from the morning sun.
And I don't think it needs that.
Then it was over, and it was all for good, and it was over, and it was all for good.
All right, guys, that's really it for me this time. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.